What's up, guys? Just thought I'd start you off with a bit of bad luck so you see what's going on. Okay, so we are gonna attempt the final stage again. Princess Toadstool will do the honors, and you get to see all the little tricks and traps that they throw at us. Now, obviously, in the last video, you did manage to see some of these, but unfortunately, it does take some time, so what I'll probably wind up doing is watching this video again, because I do have a surprise in store. I came up with one that I'm going to do as a surprise for the amount of times that I take hits on this, so it's coming. Believe it, it's coming. So if you look at this place, it actually does look like a palace. I mean, they don't really specify that much. Whether this is Subcon, the hub of, the palace is Subcon, the core, or whatever the hell it is. I mean, we could pretty much, it'd be tasteful to wonder what exactly it was, but that makes me wonder what Wart's voice would sound like if he'd sound like a Jabba the Hutt or something. Really, this was the only game that he ever appeared in case you're just curious about it, but so those spark things, they'll get you. I mean, that's definitely the thing you want to try to avoid the most. They do make a lot of appearances in World 7. That's the thing. Problem with it is they're tricky to avoid. I mean, you can destroy them, but the faster moving ones, they come back and you're not expecting it, and that's usually when you take the hit. But I just full blown said I'm gonna avoid them, but I guess you really can. Now, obviously, I do like the fact that this is kind of a gold palace. This so happens to be a nice touch. And so this is my train of thought. Yeah, I guess I could talk about what I did today. So I just got done doing a Diet Coke and Mentos challenge. I know that those are all over the place, but just to get some good karma up, I actually watched a few other people's, and a lot of kids are doing it right now, so I just dropped by. Some of these were 13 seconds, shit like that. But the funny thing about the Diet Coke and Mentos stuff is just the fact that there's videos with like 9 million, 6 million views, and they're on like page 10 and 14, and it's ridiculous. I mean, the whole fucking thing is, I know everyone and their dog has tried this video, but problem with it is what determines a video being more relevant than the others? I mean, it can't just be likes. That's really the whole thing about it. There's people doing it now just because once you jump on a train but you're late to it, you're gonna be lucky to get like 20 views. But the whole fucking problem is I've seen things in the past. It's just like with my burping videos. I saw burping videos 10 years ago. I didn't see them 10 years ago, but they were 10 years old, and it's just tricky trying to figure that shit out. So I don't know if YouTube actually has like opinions, whether or not, I don't know if it's computers assembling these search lists or what the hell's going on, but I just hope it's not bias, because it kind of, obviously videos with lesser views do deserve a little bit of credit. So, but yeah, that's kind of my tip to y'all is, if you have the time, just try to find some videos with like less views, less than 3 digits worth of views, that sort of thing. But so obviously this is this is the tricky part. I really was getting pissed off at this point. I was kind of, this was basically a last ditch effort. I just said I'm going to get as far as I can, and then I'm just going to throw cheats on. So this is the last attempt you're going to see of me doing this. And once it's over, then that's where the fun begins. Now obviously Wart himself is actually a tough boss. I think he's tougher. He's probably the toughest boss of any Super Mario Brothers game. So the whole thing is he happens to be, I mean, Super Mario Bros. 3 is easy except for the part of getting to King Koopa. So obviously it's some of the stages in World 8 that are the pain in the ass, and Super Mario Bros. Isn't that tough, and really Lost Levels isn't that tough as long as you can get there. But this one is probably the hardest in the series, and probably on Super Mario All-Stars. But, you know, obviously I'm not saying that this game is harder than Lost Levels, because it isn't. But they just all have different places. The stages and Lost Levels are tougher, but fighting the final boss really isn't. And the level design in Super Mario Bros. 3 is what's tough there. It's not so much, you know, you just get the idea. But regardless, I'm done with Mario after this. I've been playing Mario games since February. I really wanted to get on with it. I finally got some games that are going to light up the summer, and my roommate's going to participate in one with me, so we're gonna both do Mortal Kombat, and you know, we're gonna enjoy that sort of thing. But you know, there's only 7 characters in Mortal Kombat, so that's kind of the thing, is there's not 8 like in Street Fighter. So instead of both of us doing 4, I'm gonna do 4 and he's gonna do 3. But the thing is I've liked doing fighting games so you can kind of see the specific ending. I know you can just look up YouTube videos and see the endings for each character, but I wanted to throw that in as a bonus. Plus I own the Nintendo Power magazine where it shows character biographies, so I'll show a little bit of that also. It's gonna be like so now obviously this is Mortal Kombat for the Super Nintendo, so I don't have the blood, but then I couldn't really do the final attacks anyways. So this is gonna be strange trying to operate Scorpion without being able to do his chain attack where he, you know, yelled, "Get over here," and he yanks you. But I don't know. That's the thing, is it's not so much not knowing the moves as much as just the fact that you have to have hand-eye coordination to do it. That's really the thing, is, you know, we expected you to be able to do this back in the 90s, but it really is kind of a make or break situation. There's always going to be people who can do it and who can't. And, you know, given the things that I'm good at versus the things I'm not good at, I just had to kind of deal with the fact that, especially in the later games of Mortal Kombat, I mean, when you look at trying to get like 5 or 6 hit combos or anything beyond that, it does take a bit of effort to do it. But, you know, I obviously understand that this is the pride and joy of a gamer who was born in 1975 or 1977, 1982, these type people. So there's many a gamer who's messed with Mortal Kombat. Alright, so that's it. That was game over. I said fuck it at this point. I don't care about beating the game 100%. So, but I am still gonna beat the game. Now, we're back, and I'm trying to decide if I'm going to... I think I'm just gonna do it for Worlds, or Stage 7 too. Just because it just gets out of order that way. I don't want to do the trick I'm gonna do, you know, that many times. Well, once you see how many times I get hit, it starts to become, it's like, geez, you know, that's how far of a learning curve you had to go, and, you know, my tendency is to hate learning curves. So I'm gonna guess right now, because I'm not at the end of the video yet, I'm gonna guess that I get hit more than 25 times. If that's the case, you know, you're gonna understand that I don't appreciate having a learning curve where I have to divide the amount of times I get hit by about 12. So 25 divided by 12 would be 2.5, some shit like that. So means I have to do something 12 times better than what I want to, and that kind of pisses me off. I think it pisses anyone off. You go to your job and they say, do this 12 times better than you're already doing. It's like, you know, it's understandable to say to do this 2 times better than you're doing, but not 12. It's retarded, in other words, it basically is. So, but, you know, this part in the stage is still a pain in the rear, and most of the time I assume most people are going to get hit by these spark enemies, because usually by the time you lift the mushroom block, he's on the other side of the pattern. It's kind of bad level design. I mean, really, it doesn't really give you a proper momentum of when to actually pluck the thing. Because if you wait until it's away from you, it's going to be close to you by the time you finish lifting it. We're going to fight this green guy, and I'm pretty sure I only hit him twice. Alright, we enter Billy. So once again, but you're going to have to say goodbye to Billy. We're going to fight Billy, and then after that we're not going to see him again. And they actually don't give this character a name, so Billy is, you know, fair ball. Fair, something like that. And yeah, I think I actually did decide to beat the game as Mario. I think maybe it wasn't Toadstool that did it. I said, fuck it, you know, this is Mario's game, so Mario gets to do the honors. Princess attempted tried as she might, could not survive the tricks and traps. So, damn it. Alright, I'm gonna guess that was 1 hit, so I'll start there. I'll probably just count this off screen and then do something as it were. But so, in video game news, E3 just happened, and you know, if you don't know what that is, that's basically the convention where all the new video games get announced or are shown to be in development. This is normally where the new video game consoles get unveiled, so I'm not so sure we're gonna see PS5 and Xbox 2, but I do think, you know, maybe next year or the year after we're gonna be ready for that. Which is kind of funny because you can still actually find Xbox 360 games. I think you could probably find them in stores, so it's like, you know, we're going on 12 years with that one. But, you know, the thing I was trying to segue to was the fact that they're talking about making a Final Fantasy. They're thinking about redoing Final Fantasy VII in entire 3D. Then I thought, you know, we could really use, I don't know why no one said this yet, but we could really use an update in the Super Mario RPG series. Even though I've kind of lessened my interest in RPGs, that's one game I would still like to see a sequel to, and I'm pretty sure it'll never happen, but, I mean, that's the whole thing. I mean, you don't want to ever say never, but then at the same time, you know, shit in one hand and wish in the other. So, and so it's one of those fucking things. I don't know what Squaresoft or Square Enix rather has been up to, but you know, the problem with it is we're waiting on Kingdom Hearts 3 and we're waiting on so many different ones. Reaching a point where you know, Dragon Warrior and all these games, they just need distinction anymore. I mean, I remember back in '95 when Chrono Trigger was the best game, period, of 1995. And if it wasn't for Donkey Kong Country, it'd probably be Final Fantasy III that was the best in '94. So these type things, it just doesn't happen anymore. I mean, I haven't played Final Fantasy 15, but I'm just curious as to whether or not it would actually do that. Because I think that did come out last year. But yeah, we've got E3 going on, and it actually comes out in June. So it's gonna be interesting seeing the little things, that roundabouts that go on. That's starting to piss me off. On my controller, just Super Nintendo games, I don't know what is the cause of it, but sometimes when you hit left or right on the D-pad, you'll still enter a door, even though you're supposed to press up to do it. So, kind of is a pain in the ass. Alright, Billy, fuck you. You know, you betrayed us for the last time. Or you betrayed, yeah. So, alright, it's time to fight Ward. So, I suppose this boss isn't actually that hard if you can actually figure out the pattern. Is the whole thing. But you know, I'd already be almost dead if it weren't for that part. Now I really would almost be dead. Now I would be dead, so I didn't even get to manage to throw the first vegetable. So, yeah, you know, I basically have to say fuck trying to do this on the Nintendo Entertainment System. You know, it's a completely foolish thing to do, especially, I mean, because if you die, you're starting all the way at World 1. They really expected you to beat it in one sitting, so I don't know how many people are actually able to do that. I think you have to hit Wart like a good 7 or 8 times, something like that. Maybe it's 6. But so he has a vegetable machine. It makes me wonder why he has a vegetable machine. I mean, I know I'm not one of those people who's questioning video game logic. I just wonder why he actually has one. I mean, he probably has it for a reason. I just don't know what that reason is. I mean, it's not just there just because it's to beat a video game. I mean, obviously, if it wasn't there for a reason, Mario wouldn't have been able to beat him in the first place, so. But a little bit of reverse video game logic for you viewers. So. Basically, the whole fucking thing is, you know, you look at the rest of these characters, you know, we don't really ever get a sense of what each character thinks. I'd appreciate having like some sort of first-person perspective as to what Mario thinks when he has to engage in these adventures, because we at least get the idea that Luigi doesn't want to. He's kind of resistant to doing most of the heroing, and the princess we just don't know. So, and the same thing with Toad. He's just, I mean, Toad has as much there's a word, character development as a mailbox. So, you know, that's the whole thing there. But maybe I don't get hit 25 times. I mean, I'm starting to think, I mean, we still got another 4 minutes or 3 minutes to go in the video, but so I can stand doing my trick 6 or 7 or 10 times as opposed to 25. But so enter the white light, you know, head towards the light, we'll see what happens, and we're going to save the Subconians, if we can call them that. So the only thing left is the credits, and then we figure out that, and I'm going to spoil it just because it's 3 minutes early, that this is Mario's dream. So this is actually not real, like I said, subconscious. So this is in Mario's head, but this was a pretty devious concept for a Nintendo game. I mean, I don't think too many people knew that this was a dream back then. I mean, if someone would have told me Subcon, I would have said, well, kinda, but who cares? I mean, really, it was good. It was clever for 1988. So, We don't really get a sense of Mario's house either. But well, alright, so that's it for this game. So basically this is gonna go up, and then I'm gonna get started on my next one, which I'm gonna do tomorrow, which is Final Fight. So it's summer. It's basically, we're on the eve of summer. It's June 10th as I do this. June 21st is start of summer. So why not start summer off with a fighting game or a beat 'em up? You know, any person who's a 90s kid or a 80s kid will tell you that every single person damn near played beat 'em ups with a friend. That's just, you played Ninja Turtles, you played Double Dragon. That was the shit to do. That sort of stuff. So I'm gonna bring that back, hopefully. I don't know how many people are actually watching Super Nintendo games. I think we're too busy with, you know, the latest PC games that are coming out, the scare you and the horror type video games, but fuck it, you know, sometimes Super Nintendo graphics are for the win. So, you know, we need to respect that hustle. And yeah, so that's just a list of the enemies, so I can actually list them for you. Fry Guy, Claw Glip. I actually like that name. I thought it was Claw Grip, but I like Claw Glip better. Has a nicer touch to it. Yeah, so Final Fight. So crack your knuckles, flex, do whatever, pose. We're gonna start some fights pretty soon on video games. So the end. That's it for the 2D Mario adventures. I've basically done them all.